Hi, can you tell us your name, please?
Hi, I'm Mike Lewis.
Hi, Mike Lewis. How you doing today?
I'm pretty good.
All right. So, are you aware that we're here to ask you a couple questions about the history of macaroni and cheese?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, do you know the history of macaroni and cheese?
I don't know the history of now. I have not.
Okay. So, if someone were to ask you what you thought the history of macaroni and cheese is, what would you tell them? Where do you think it originated from?
Um, I mean, like most recipes, I would imagine that it's probably a failed experiment. It could have been any kind of pasta dish that maybe they didn't have any tomato pasting or anything, so it could have just been you know really of anything. I would imagine probably American. It seems more of a modern dish.
Okay. Um, how important is macaroni and cheese to your family?
I mean, not really important at all. I mean, there are different variations of macaroni and cheese, I guess. I mean, it could be, you can make it into other things. If you're just talking about like standard mac and cheese, it's a rare thing.
Okay. Um, how would you say your family makes macaroni and cheese?
Um, I mean, like from the box, you just, you boil the water and you cook the little noodles. Um, when it's done, you add the little cheese powder,
Mm-hmm.
some milk and butter. The more milk and butter, the creamier it is. So depending on how you like it, you can add other things to it if you want, other kinds of cheeses. But that's about it.
So you're not really using mac and cheese made from scratch.
Not me, no. I mean, my mom has done it. That would be a question for her. But
Okay. Um, do you think macaroni and cheese is healthy?
well, define healthy. I mean,
Well, if you think about America, America used to be the fattest nation in the world. Now it's actually Mexico. So unhealthy can be anything that's basically obese, that's death, can cause death or unhealthiness to you. So, you know,
I mean, cheese in itself is actually very healthy. There are a lot of vitamins in it, but like anything, too much is bad. So
right.
if you're, globbing yourself with cheese and you're having too much of it, that can cause problems, especially with trans fat. So I mean, partially it's the way you prepare it, depending on how much butter you use, what kind of milk you use. And again, too much is not good. Pasta
So,
also has a lot of carbs in it.
so you think it can be healthy? It just depends on how much you eat it.
Yeah, like anything else, once in a while it's no problem, but if you make a heavy diet of it, it could have an impact.
Okay. Um, do you think that? So you said that you think that America does have a dish, right? What do you think America's dish is? If I were to go to like Italy and I ask for a dish, what do you think that Italy would say to us,
Um,
or what do you think they'll give us?
I mean, it's tough to say because the most American dishes are just variations of other dishes from other countries.
Mm-hmm.
So to say an American dish, I mean, first of all, it depends on what part of America you're in, because we eat very different things, and another part is, I guess age. I mean, an American thing you would think of, hamburgers and hot dogs, I would imagine, but I kind of have trouble believing that there is an American thing, considering pretty much all this stuff is taken from other recipes.
Mm. All right. Well, Mike, thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Adam Medina.
All right. Can you tell me what do you know about the history of macaroni and cheese?
Are you serious?
I'm
Like,
serious. What do you know about the history of macaroni and cheese?
Depending on who makes it, it could be cheesy. No, I really don't know much on the history of macaroni and cheese. I know somebody probably just thought cheese and pasta would be great together. So, like, the creator of pasta probably came up with the creator of cheese and said, let's put them together and smack.
All right. So where do you think it came from?
It's a good question. I mean, I don't know. I don't have any thoughts on it. I mean, honestly, I think it came from, well, macaroni is made with, like, it's a pasta, so it's made from, like, wheat or whatever, and cheese is a dairy product, so.
I mean, like a country like Italy or Africa,
Man, macaroni and cheese is made here in the United States.
All right. How important is macaroni and cheese to your family?
It's only important during Thanksgiving and Christmas time. It's not really a big thing. Except that my brother loves it so much. But it's not really important to me.
Okay. Well, how do you make macaroni and cheese?
That's a family secret. I can't tell you that. I mean, you just gotta take that.
Understood.
It's just, it depends. Like, it is a long process. process. I'm not gonna explain it to you because it is long, but it's really simple.
All right. Do you think macaroni and cheese is healthy?
It can be depending on what kind of cheese you're using, because it could be macaroni and white cheese. It could be white American. It could be macaroni and Swiss. Like, just depends. But not really, because cheese is a fattening product anyway. So
Right. Okay. And does America have a specific dish? Like, if I were to go to another country and I say, "Yo, I need an American dish," like, would I be able to find an American dish in another country?
maybe, yeah, because America is broadly like viewed and like worshipped by other countries, if I must say, like, for lack of better words, and so they're trying to have the American culture everywhere. So yeah, I think it'll probably be easier to find. Like, it won't be easy, but it won't be difficult either.
So, what do you think the American dish is?
The American dish will probably be something like, the Polish hot dog. And I'm joking. It would probably be like a hot dog though, or a sausage or something like that. Like well, sausage is Italian, so honestly, that's just that.
Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Medina.
You
All
are.
right, thank you. Ma'am, do you know the history of macaroni and cheese?
Well, in my opinion, I think that macaroni and cheese comes from the African American origin. I think it goes back to slavery days when our ancestors used to pick cotton and clean and cook for Caucasians.
Okay, where do you think? So you think that macaroni and cheese came from Africa, basically?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how important is macaroni and cheese to your family?
Well, macaroni and cheese is very important to my family. What we do is every Sunday, we make sure that we have a nice Sunday dinner, for the whole family. And macaroni and cheese is one of the dishes that we have on the table about maybe 2 or 3 Sundays out of the month. So macaroni and cheese is a very imperative dish for us.
Okay, so is there a family dish to macaroni? Is there a family recipe to macaroni and cheese?
Well, my mother and my grandmother makes it 2 different type of ways. What my mother does is that she takes black cheese and she cuts it up inside of the noodles and she puts it in the oven like that. What my grandmother does, though, is that she makes some type of cheese sauce, which requires you to put the black cheese into a pot and melt it and pour it over the elbows and then bake it. So I guess that really depends on the individual.
Okay. Do you think that macaroni and cheese is healthy?
Well, I guess that really depends on the type of cheese that you put inside of it. With macaroni and cheese, you can really put any type of cheese inside of it. I would say that if you want to be on the healthier side, you will put something like low-fat cheese or skim milk cheese, maybe even provolone, something on the skinnier side.
Okay, so in your opinion, is there an American dish? Like, can you go to a different country and ask for American food and actually find American food? Or you think that Americans have gone to other countries and basically made their customs their own?
Yeah, I think that over the time that we have made their customs our own, I think that when we go to other countries and ask for these American dishes, I think they'll probably look at us like we're crazy. I think that there is no such thing as an American dish.
Mm-hmm.
So to answer your question, I think that it basically, we custom from other countries, yes.
Okay. Well, Ms. Evans, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.